like shortcuts we have seen in the last session. Now I'm continue with some more things. Like here you can see we have some more way to get the shortcuts. Like if you want to access directly the menus tool, so in that cases we can press Alt button. What the Alt will do, it will be underline the letters actually. So like there will be file menu like that options are there now. So that all letters will be underlined. When you press any letter, that will be open that window. So let's see directly over the software how we can do that. Okay, so now let's take here. Now notice this file edit view insert this options. Okay, so I'm pressing Alt key. Now you see that will be underlined. Okay, F is underlined, E is underlined, V is underlined. Okay, so you want to go to any option, you press that particular letter. If I press F, you can see directly I can get to that menu. Now what I want to do, like for example, I want to open anything. Okay, or maybe you want to use any other option. You see that letters are marked in that. So that letter you take, maybe you want to take a new file, for example, I'll press N. So you can see it is asking, it's pop up for the new documents like this again. Still it is underlined. You can go to maybe other menu. You want to go to insert, you can type I. Okay. You want to go to like boss option, you can press B. And like here, you want to take extrude command, you can press E. This way also you can use the options. Next. So now next, like when we make anything in the software, let's create something here. Now, what are the things we have in the screen? Like here you see when we draw 2D or we going for 3D, we got some options here. Okay. Right now it is exit and cross. Cross means I don't want to accept the sketch, or exit means I want to get from the 2D and go to 3D environment. So when we do exit, you can see the all 2D tool will be disabled. Now all the 3D we can use, like it is extrude boss command is taken. So it is only showing extrude boss. Now I'm in 3D. So again, we see some corners are options are came. Okay. So that we call a confirmation corners actually. So asking to confirm, you want to accept the option or you want to cancel the option. Okay. If you do okay, it will be accepted. It will be cancelled. That will be cancel the command. Okay. Now, when you extruding or any material you are adding, you see some arrows are there. So this arrow is what basically handle. This is called handle. You can pick the handle also, and you can add the depth to the model. We can add the depth. Next, let's do okay. Now we have some callouts are there on the screen. What is the callout? Like that will be appear on the screen. You can put the values over the screen. Like some commands we have callout, not all commands. Let's see. For example, I'll take a chamfer command. And let me select this edge for adding a chamfer. Now you see this thing is called callout. So you can enter the value in this also, or you can type here also. Okay. That is about the callout thing. Now next is how the mouse is working. Okay. So if you want to zoom in, zoom out with the mouse, you press roll that middle mouse button. You have to roll up and down. Roll down, it will be zoom in, zoom out. If we roll up, it will be zoom in. Zoom out, zoom in. Now suppose you want to pan with the help of mouse, you can press Control and the middle mouse button. It will be pan the screen. Then if you want to rotate, you keep hold the middle mouse button and move your mouse. Okay. Next, like if you want to select something, like you can use here left selection. You have to click left button. That will be select the faces. See. You see, when I click on one face, it will select the particular face, but when I click on second face, it will be deselected. So if you want to continue selecting the faces, what you do? Press Control button like this. Okay. Like that, you can select continue. Anything you have to select more than one thing, press Control. That you have to remember. Okay. Now, like if you right click, what will happen? If I right click only, it will give you some options on the screen. Like you can take zoom fit that options. We can directly access from here also. Okay, maybe I want to take zoom to fit. Maybe I want to do zoom particular area, or I want to do zoom out. With that, that like way, this way also I can do. I don't need to roll the mouse button, but this icon is there now. So when I move my mouse up and down, it will be zoom in, zoom out. Or like this, you can take rotate with that option. Sometimes mouse is not working properly now. So in that cases, this options you can use it. Next, you want to change your back. Huh?
We can use Z also, Z to zoom out and zoom in.
Z also you can press it. That shortcut I told you, that also is there. Z and Shift Z to zoom in.
Okay.
Only Z will be zoom out and Shift Z will be zoom in. So these are multiple ways you can use by multiple ways, and you can zoom out, zoom in. Okay. You can see same things is given here also, like hit zoom, like zoom here, zoom to area. We can make zoom area or fit to. Okay.
Okay.
So like that, we can take the option. There's multiple ways we can do the things. Now next, let's see. Like if you take any tool, for example, if I take a rectangle, okay, it's asking, you see some cursor, something on the cursor is coming. A rectangle is coming, right?
Yeah.
It is called pointer feedback. Means the software is giving a feedback to us that what we have taken actually. Okay. So like I know now my rectangle command is active. If I take, for example, circle, okay, I have to select a plane and let me click on this, and you see what it's showing here, circle. So like that, any command you're taking, the software is highlighting on the screen what you have taken. In the mostly in the draw tool panel, it will be highlight. Okay. So that is called a pointer feedback. Pointer feedback. So pointer means the cursor. Pointer means what? Cursor. And it is giving some like icon on that, right? That is a feedback. It is giving that what it has taken, what command is active. Okay. Understood, right? Hello. Salman?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. These cursors are called pointers.
Yeah. Cursor is called pointer. Okay. Next.
So these circles are called pointers, sir.
Yeah, that is
Sorry, this pencil-like
with
symbol is called pointer.
that I'll tell you. See here. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you. Cursor is a pointer only, but whatever is giving, that is called pointer feedback together. Okay. So what is the cursor? Is a
Yes,
pointer.
I can't hear
Pointer
you.
change the shape in SolidWorks. Okay. To show the type of object it see. So like you see, we take different objects now. So it'll show you the icons with that. So like the cursor, on the cursor, what are the command we are taking? Cursor is normally what we are calling here pointer. Okay. So it doesn't matter if we call pointer or anything, it doesn't matter. Okay. Only thing is what like what is indicating to us, like when we take any command, that will show with that symbol. Okay. So but we understand that we have taken a rectangle, we have taken a circle command. That is the meaning of pointer feedback. Okay. Now next. Okay. So like sometime like we make a documents, right? So there's a lot of properties are there that you can change as per your need. You can go to document settings and you can change the settings in that. So where you have to go, I'll show you. So here in the options, you have system options. Okay. So in the system option, we have a lot of different type of settings. As per the requirements, we can change that settings. Maybe like for the backup. Okay. So I want the software will give me every time it will be give me some message every 10 minutes or 20 minutes that I have to save my files. Okay. So we can set a timer here. Okay. That is about the auto timing. Okay. So like it is making some auto recover folder also in your PC where it's making, this is a location where it is making auto recovery your file. Means suddenly software is closed or something happened. So something it will be saved in this location. Okay, in that cases you can go that location and you can get some data. Okay. So like this way, anything we need to be changed. So from here, you just change the settings. So by default, I say like don't need to change any settings because what are the settings are given, that is okay initially. Okay. But as per customized settings, if you required, in that cases, we can modify all the settings. Okay. But initial level, all the settings are okay. We can go with that. Okay. So next, yesterday I was talking about mouse gestures, right? Mouse gestures. So how the mouse gestures come? Now see, the cursor. Okay, what I'll do, I'll hold the right button and drag. Hold the right button and drag. So I have this option is coming on my screen. So I can directly take the tool and I can draw. Directly take this tool and I can draw. Okay. So it depends in which environment we are. We are in 2D, so it'll show you 2D tools. If you're in 3D, it will show you 3D tools.
Okay. So how to know that we are in 2D or 3D?
Because right now, see, the sketcher is activated now. If I exit, sketcher will be disabled. Mostly other options will be disabled generally. Now you can see the sketch also. You see here the color of sketch. the gray. Gray means now we are exit from the 2D.
Okay.
But when it is blue or black color, it means we are in 2D environment. So let's edit it. Now it is in 2D environment.
Okay.
Okay, that
So
is
we have to
how you can.
select the plane also, no? So
Huh?
we have to select the plane and then start drawing.
You have to select a plane or face of the body and you can start the drawing.
Okay.
So not only plane, the faces also we used to do. So like you drag your mouse, now you can see maybe you want to add a dimension, you can add it. Now see, initial level na in normal like when we open the software by default it is 4 are there only. That's mouse gestures. How you can increase them? So go here, customize, and go to mouse. Okay, sorry, mouse gestures. By default, it will be 4 like this.
Okay.
You want more, you just set to 12 here. So I keep it 12 for me and do okay. Now I'll exit for 3D. Let's go 3D. Now if I take option again, see, I'll drag my mouse. See, option changed. So these are all 3D related options like zoom, pan, and all.
Okay,
See?
for 2D or 2D. Okay.
Yeah. So in which environment, like maybe you in assembly or something, that will be changed accordingly. Okay, so 2D will 2D options and 3D will have 3D options.
Okay.
So that you can quickly, that will help you to work more faster. Okay, in your working, you include this on daily basis. So
Yeah.
like this, you have drag and you take the circle command. You drag it, you have taken the fillet command, offset command. You drag it, you have taken the rectangle command. So no need to go in the toolbar. So that will become in your habit if you do in this way, because have to teach it. I'm not able to come in the habit of that. Okay. So, but you can come because you have to only practice the software. Okay, so now let's see how to manage with the documents, how we can open a new document, save the document, or exit from the file and all. Okay.
Okay.
So like this is a fresh file we have created. I want to save this document. We have created this file and we want to save it. So shortcut, you can remember Control S like AutoCAD. Simple.
Okay.
So, and then you can define where you want to save your file, or what do you do? Go to File and go to Save option and define the location where you want to save the file. I said I want to this SolidWorks PPT folder. I want to save my file like exercise 1. I want to save this folder. Okay. Now something update is asking. So if this is asking, what it is meaning actually, if this kind of warning coming with you, what do you do in that case? So seeing rebuild and save the document or save the document without rebuilding. Okay. So sometime what happen, our file need updates. Okay. And we're not able to update that at that time. You see here, it's showing a one update symbol actually in the drawing. So if you want to be update, you just take the first option. And if you don't want to update, take the second option. So I'll click here, rebuild and save the document. So now you see that update symbol has gone and the file has been saved. Okay. Now, if you want to make some modification and you want to save your file again, let's add some hole, for example. And I want to save this as a new document. Let me cut that. So I'll go to feature and use extrude cut. I'll add it and do okay. So what I want to do, I want to save it again with a new part. So go to file. There's no shortcut for save as command. You have to take from here only. Go to save as. And you can maybe give the name exercise 2. It's become 12. That's 2 and save. So now we can see in that folder, I have both the files are there. See, you want to see the one, you can open the first one. See, this is also there. You can go from here. See, exercise 1 and exercise 2, both are there.
Okay.
So sometimes we need a little modification and we need to save the same part. In that case, this option is very useful. Next, if you want to close a particular document by a shortcut, you can remember a shortcut Control W. Control W. Or you can go here, File, and take the option Close. You see here, Control W. So I press Control W and it will be closed that file. Exercise 1 is closed. Next, if you want to open any document, you can go with the shortcut also Control O and you can select the model and open it.
Yeah.
Or you can go for file also and select the open from there. Or best way, like you want to access a recent file, press R. It'll be pop up the screen and you can select the recent file and open on the screen.
Okay, just R, only R.
R. R means the recent document. See, recent.
Okay.
Now let's understand some of the basic definitions. What will be that? Okay. We have plane, origin, edge, vertex, face. What are these terms actually? Because in AutoCAD we don't heard about these things, right?
Yeah.
But in when we work with software, we have to deal with these things. Okay, you see, this is the body. Total, I can say one body. You can see here, it's called a body, solid body. It's written there, na solid body. So we have one body. This body will be have faces. What is the faces? This is a face. This is a face. This is a face. These are faces. It's called faces. And what are edges? These lines, strings. These are called edges.
Yes. Yeah.
Edges. And what is vertex? Where the two or three
lines are joining.
edges are intersecting, that will be called a vertex. So these all are vertex, we can say, corner points. Okay. Now origin. We have two origin actually. Okay, I'll show you. Let's get back to 2D first. Like when we make a 2D, let's take a 2D. You see here, when make start 2D, one red origin is coming on the screen. So this red is what basically it's a 2D origin. It's origin of 2D. Exit. Okay. So when you're making, we can take a help of this origin to define your objects and you can extrude it. Okay. Now this body will be have a different origin because the 3D object will be have a different origin. Now you can see, you cannot see the 2D origin anywhere. It is not visible. So how can see the origin of this body now? For that case, this hide and show option is there. Hide all types option. You have to click on this arrow, small arrow is there. And you have to go to the option here, origin, view origin. Okay. You can see here the origin. So there is a blue color. For solid bodies, we have a blue color origin.
Okay. It's showing 3 axes.
No, 3 axes not. It's showing only 2 axes only. But it will look like this. Okay. It will be glimpsed like this because third dimensions we have now. So the origin will be there. How from where it started, that will only it is a representation.
Okay.
Now we want to make an extra coordinate that we can create it. That is a separate thing. But initially, it will be show you like this.
Okay. So is it does it also show the where the origin is like some point or XY direction distance?
Oh, yeah, it is showing only X. It is showing this is Y. You can see here this. Can you see this?
Okay.
So it is same as the link. Like upper side is Y and that side is X. And this is your Z.
Okay.
Now next, if you want to make your coordinate system, like right now, let's deal with that part. Coordinate system on 3D body. How you can make your coordinate system? We need points to draw a coordinate system, and or we can select the vertex of the body. Here you have one option in the reference geometry, coordinate system. Take this option and you have to select the vertex where you have to make the coordinate system. I say this vertex.
Okay.
By default, it will become in the same, like same direction you see here. It's same. If you do okay, it will become in the same orientation. But if you maybe you don't need the same orientation, you want to change the orientation X, you want to make it different Y, you want to make different direction. So you can go here, define which is your X. I say this will be my X. Or this will be my X.
Okay.
And this will be my Y.
Okay, just need
and
to
Z
select
will be automatically decide. You can also tell the Z this is my Z. You can flip the directions and do okay.
Yeah.
This way also you can create an extra coordinate system. So this is useful when we doing a pattern actually. There's one pattern is called coordinate pattern. Oh, sorry, not coordinate, table pattern. Okay. So in that cases, we use this option. So when it will come, we will see that portion. Okay. So now let's get back to another things. So now this is a 2D basic, all we have discussed. Okay, now let's see what is remaining, if anything to discuss.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll directly start with Sketcher. Let's check first. Yeah, 2 more things. Driving and driven and sketch complexity. 3 things I'll discuss. Okay, so let's first discuss about driving and driven dimension. Okay, what is that? So let me clear this all. So I'll make something. Now I'll put some dimension here, like it's 55 and it's something 46. So this color, black color dimension right now, it is coming on the screen. You can easily edit, right? Edit and change it. Which dimension we can edit and change? Which dimension we can edit and change? That is called driving dimension.
Driving dimension. Okay.
Driving means it is driving everything. That means it is changing everything. If I change this, it will drive this, right? Now, if I do at the same dimension this side and do OK, so this is come in gray color. This useless dimension is called driven dimension actually. So normally in this case we don't require that, but some cases like if you're representing a diameter, for example, you take a small dimension and you're mentioning a diameter here. But now you're saying, sir, I want to see radius also. So what I'll do, I'll just add the dimension and I'll convert this into, let me add it. So here I'll convert this into driven dimension, driven. So I'll just change this to radius, for example. Now how I'm changing, select this and click on this. This option will be appear on screen. We'll click display as a radius. Now you can see here, one is black color and one is gray color. Here also same thing, right? So if I change the black one, my model will be updated. But if I click here to change, nothing is happen. So means if I change this dimension, this will also change. But for this, I cannot change anything. Okay, so that is the meaning driving can change everything, but driven cannot change. Okay.
So where can I find this? How to make this driving and driven? Any dimension?
See, driving we can make directly. For driving, nothing is required because driving is what default dimension that we are doing, right? That we did it. Okay. But if we did extra dimension, that is not required to be do, but we did it. In this case, you have option. When you click it, it is asking two things here. See, what is asking? Make this dimension driven or leave this as a driving. So if you want this to be converted as a driving also, we can convert this into driving also by choosing this option. And okay, now what happened? It become driving, but what happened? Now conflict happened. See here, two dimension cannot be, I cannot put two dimension on one object actually, same dimension. This is also driving, this is also driving. So now software come in the conflict. You see it's showing here, it's unsolvable, it's item conflicts coming. Right? So in that case, we can undo or we can delete the dimension. Now if I add dimension again, now if I do first option and do OK, you see it will be converted automatically into driven dimension. Okay. Now next. Now one term is there, it's called sketch complexity. Let's understand about that. So here we can see we have two type of sketches. One is complex sketch A and one is B sketch. Okay. What we did it, we made the sketch and we have converted into a 3D. Okay, very easy. We made the sketch directly and we have did it. Second sketch, what we did it, we make this simple sketch with lines. We extrude it as a normal material and then we use fillet command to add a feature over that fillet feature. Now question come, which method is good or which to be followed? See, this method is very easy to draw and convert object into 3D. So we have saved the time in that. But if I say to you, now delete this fillet and make a normal part. When you're going to do this, so that software will make error in rebuilding the part. It will not update the part properly, or maybe you cannot able to update it. But in this way, if I do with a simple approach, I'll make this part, I have converted into this, then I add a fillet. So if you ask me to delete the fillet, I can delete and I can come to this feature easily. So mean to say that if you're keeping the feature as like easy way, the part in simple way, so the modification can be done easier and the part will be recalculated more faster than the upper one, the simple one. So what approach do we follow actually? So I suggest like where you don't need to do a modification work. Okay, where there is very zero modification is coming to you. In that case, you can go with this approach. Where in your industry, there will be always a modification is coming, always make a part in such a way that you can easily modify them whenever they want. You can delete the features without making a problem in your design. So your work will be more smoother as compared to the complex sketching. Understood, Salman?
Yeah. My
Okay, fine.
mic was on mute.
Okay. So same thing is written here if you go through the definition. Okay. So what it's saying, for
Okay.
example, it edge of extrusion need to be rounded. You can draw a complex sketch with fillet A or draw a simple sketch, add fillet as a separate feature. So consider your design indent. Simple sketch rebuild faster means this will be update fast if we do change actually. But sketch fillet can recalculate much faster than a the feature. So this will be because sketch feature are because why is the sketch feature? Because I not applied extra feature that will be generate faster. But complex sketch can be harder and create to edit. Sorry, simple is this now. Simple here. Okay. But complex is what? It will be harder, and when we editing that will make errors actually. So
Okay.
better to go with simple. So simple
Yeah.
sketch are more flexible, easier to manage. Individual features can be reorder and suppress if necessary. So any feature you feel you need to be suppress also, you can suppress anytime. But in that is not
Yeah.
possible. I cannot separate that feature.
Okay. So editing this model is, I mean, editing the feature is easy than on the sketch, on editing on the
Uh,
sketch.
Let me give you practical aspect, huh? So you can understand more better. Let me
Okay.
take you to software. So let's do something here with simple and complex method, okay? So initially, let me make my complex sketch. I'll put a fillets and do okay and extrude it. Okay. So like this I did.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask me to delete the feature, can I delete that directly? Can I delete this feature?
May get error.
It is inside the sketch, so it is not possible directly to delete, right? For what
Yeah.
then I have to do? I have to go here and I have to delete this one, right? Then I have to add lines
Yeah.
here. Means lot of lengthy process I have to do. Then I'll have to exit. Okay. So it will become more complex for me to do 4 times, 5 times that portion. Means it's a bigger part
Okay.
now. Now, if I go again and again for each portion, I have to do this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So there's one thing, and there chances are there that part will not rebuild. The chances are there it might be make because the simple object is done. It's easily generated, but chances are there that will be get failed when it's a bigger model. Okay. So in that case, what you will do now? You have to make again. Now next method, if I go another approach, so I'll delete this. So if I follow this approach, not putting a fillet in that sketch
Sketch. Yeah.
and doing okay, and using fillet separately to add it here.
Okay.
Now, if your boss come and say, I don't need the fillets, or maybe change the size of fillet, what you will do is simply go to fillet and change the value, for example, 10, update it.
Yeah.
Or if you say don't need the fillet, just go the fillet and delete the fillet.
Okay. It's nice.
So which is better, this one or that earlier one?
This is easier. Yeah. This is better.
Yeah. So we have to follow this approach. We will make a design to be in simple. So if anybody
Yeah.
say and come to be modify that, we can do that modification without any headache. Otherwise, what
Yeah.
happen? You will take a headache to do that.
Hmm.
Okay. Now next. So now we can continue with Sketcher 1. So we directly go with the sketch entities tool. Okay. So we're going to cover all that sketch entities in this part. Okay. So this all option we'll see one by one. Okay. So this PPT is nothing like it's a only reference. I'll share you this data. What are the tools I have covered for you? Okay. Or
Yeah.
because you don't need that PPT because you have now that as I'm sharing with you that right recording already. So you don't need that, but I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay.
Now next, we'll start with the 2D sketching now today. So we'll go to new part. Okay.
Okay. Every time we should select the part only. We are drawing
Yeah,
single.
part only. Initially part only. So in starting, if you're making sketching, then also you come in the part. You're going to do surface modeling, sheet metal, weldment, even the what is remaining. These all modules only. So this model, when you make it, you have to always come in the this part only. But when you go for drawing and assembly, then only you have to change your type. Okay, module type.
Okay.
So let's start now. How to do sketching normally. So we have to first take a sketch tab, then go to sketch icon, and then we have to select the plane. Now what do you have to do? We can use this option. So we'll starting with this all options now. Okay. The first is line command. So some command shortcuts are there, not all. Okay, line for line, they have given a shortcut L. You can take L
Yeah.
and you can activate that. But like if you say
Okay.
circle C, it is not there. Rectangle R, it is not there. Okay. Something else will
Yeah.
be open. So in that cases, make a habit to use from the toolbar, or I told you, you can use this, right? Mouse gestures or press S button. Yesterday also I discussed, right? S button. You can press S
Okay.
and you can
Although.
access
Okay.
right? S.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can go here and take line tool. Now in line, we have so many orientation and options are there. You can see here. So orientation means I can draw. First is S sketch means anywhere I can draw line wherever I want, how I want, I can draw the line. That means S sketch method.
Okay.
But if you only want to draw horizontal vertical, you can go here and you can constrain by using this option. I put horizontal constraint. Now if I draw a line, you see it's making horizontal, only horizontal.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
symbol is
Yeah.
coming in yellow symbol that is representing that line is horizontal. And it will
Okay.
draw only horizontal because relation is added. So relation, horizontal relation is added. Again, we'll take vertical option. Now, if I draw the line for a particular point, you can see here, it's only draw
Okay.
vertical. Now, if you want to draw a line at angle, you go to angle option and specify the angle value, for example, 45 degree. And here you can maybe add the distance also. If you want to make a distance, you can add a distance and click a point. So from that point, it'll make 45 degree.
Okay.
You can measure it.
40 by 8. Okay. Length is 100.
And length is 100. Next, again go to line. You have option for construction method. For construction, we can draw like a center line kind of thing, like dash lines. So if you need a reference line to draw, you can directly draw a reference line like this.
Okay.
Then you have option infinite, like X line in AutoCAD. So you can choose
Okay.
from here horizontal, vertical, what type you require. You can make like this.
Yeah.
You want to make vertical, you just take vertical and you can take infinite and you can make. Or you don't want to take anything, you take a sketch and take infinite and you can draw by 2 points.
Okay.
That is infinite to the screen. So I'm pressing Control A to select all and delete.
Okay.
Next is midpoint. Midpoint is what, like any point is there, from that point you want to draw a line exactly in middle point. Let me take this point as my middle point. Take midpoint line and just make a line like this. That will be equal both sides from that point. Next is like same thing you can take from here also, midpoint and center line. Okay, that we are taking from here now, that can be taken from here also, center line or midpoint line. Or you can take this or press S button and you can get access all the things from here also. See. Next is like when we make a line, one more thing. Okay. When we make a line, see if I want to cancel a command, what I'm doing, I'm pressing escape button generally, right? But what you will do here, you don't do this escape, double click with the mouse. See, cancelled. and your command is continue, you can use it again. And double click, it'll be. But if you do cancel, it will be cancel complete command by escape. So, but if you want to do continuous work, in that case, just remember double click, single click, it will go, double click, and like this you can go. Okay. Next, one more thing. When we make a line, now I want to take this into arc. I want to convert this into arc. You come to this point, back to that point, and you can move your mouse. You see, it automatically convert into tangent arc. And it will, if you click now, once the arc is made, it will be automatically changed into line. Or if you go back to the point, it will be automatically again start to the arc. Or if any situation you don't want to go that point, you want to turn it to arc, you can press A. If you press A button, then also we can change this to arc and again line. Or again see A, I press, it's convert to arc, or I press A, it will be changed to line. A, arc, A, line. So like this also you can make something with arc and lines together with a single command. Okay. So that is about line tool. Now let's go to rectangle tool. So go to rectangle, we have first option is corner rectangle. First corner, second corner, like that we take two corners and we'll make a rectangle. Now whatever we are making, we can add dimension for them. We can use smart dimension. With that help, we can add any type of dimension. Okay. Smart dimension will be help you to add any dimension to your project. Like this, you can move and adjust and zoom in. Like if you made a circle, you can measure diameter, smart dimension. If you made an arc, let me show you first all the dimension type. You want to make an arc, you take radius. If you have two different line, you want to mention angle between them, you take smart dimension and you can do angle also. Basically, with smart dimension, what are the type of dimension is possible? Like from one point to point, I want to do dimension, I can do the dimension. I want to do inclined dimension on this line, I can do the dimension. So smart dimension is like that powerful tool that you can do any kind of dimension with this particular tool. But we have more things that we'll discuss. So let's finish the rectangle part. So we have seen first option. Now we'll see center rectangle. You have to define one center point, and from that center point, you can make a center rectangle. So define a center point and just make a rectangle like this. Next, you can take 3-point corner rectangle. You have to define first point, second point, and you can just like move like because I made it straight 2 points, then third point will be only I can give straight. But if I make first point and second point an angle, then I can go at an angle like this. Similarly, one more option is there. It's same only, but it starts from center. That is the difference. Like this one. So go here and define one center point, then end point, and then height. Okay, so difference is what? It's starting from here, and this is different. It's starting from this point. That is the difference of creating a rectangle. Next is you want to make parallelogram. Take a parallelogram and just make first click, second click, and you can make a parallelogram. Next, okay, that is a rectangle. Now we'll see slots. We have type of slots. So straight slot, we can click first click and second click, we can make a slot like this. So now, if you want to add dimension also, you can use this dimension option. When you make a slot now next time, it'll be come with dimension. So in dimension, you have two methods of representation. One is this that you're seeing. You can change this to this one also. See? So how you want to represent dimension of slot, you can change this and do okay. Next, let's go. I don't need dimension. Let's untick this. Now we have next option, center slot. Okay, center point straight slot. So means what? Like I started this one from this point to this point. Have you seen this slot option? Hello, Salman.
Yes, sir, I can see now. I can hear also.
Okay, you have seen this? I made it or not seen?
No, how you made I did not see. I could not hear.
Okay. Okay. So taking a slot option from here, straight slot. You define first point and second point, and you can make a slot like this. So while making a slot,
Okay.
if you feel I want to add a dimensions also in that, okay. So when you take
So where is
slot
the slot
again,
option?
it's there at the top.
Okay, okay, okay,
You can use add dimension and you can make it again, first click, second click, and you can make a slot like this. It'll become with dimension also. In the dimension,
okay,
you have two type. One is this and one is this. You can change the dimension type like that. Which one you want, you can keep it.
okay,
Next is center point a slot. So we'll take the center point and let untick the dimension. We don't want dimension. Now what it means? It will start from the center. Let's take this. I started from this here to here, right? But this time I'll take center point and then it will start both sides like this from the center point.
okay,
Then you have 3-point arc slot. You define first point, second point, and third point. You can make a slot like this.
okay,
Then next, go to the option and define. This is called a similar like 3-point, but you can define in some sequence and some angle. You can give this center arc. Let's see. Let me make one line to understand more better way. I'll make one line with respect of center, midpoint, center line. So I'll take this option. So defining one center is this, and defining starting point and end point. You want to make this side, you can make upper side like this. You can make a slot.
so
So this
can you
way,
please repeat this again?
yes, sure. I'll go to the option.
Slot.
Yeah. So define start point, and end point.
Okay,
So these are a type of slots you have. Next, we have center circle. You can define one center point and make a circle from that. I just pick a center point and make a circle. So if you want to add a radius, anything when you're making, you want to modify the dimension of that. You see this side parameter option is coming. You can add here also dimension like 200 radius, it change, 500 radius, it will change. But it's better we use smart dimension because at last we have to use dimension only. Okay. So you can go from there also. If you feel for a particular while you want to change, you can change. Otherwise, use smart dimension as much you can. Next, 3-point. So we need to define any 3 points. With that, I want to make a perimeter circle. Let's make 3 points. And I want to make circle that is touching these 3 points. We'll go to the perimeter option. Define first point, second point, and third point. So 3 points you can define and you can make a perimeter circle method. Next, we can make different type of arcs here. We have arc option, center point arc, tangent, and 3-point arc. So define one center point, define start and end like that we're doing in start. So here, what angle you want to stop? Let angle 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, and between any angle you want to take, you can click there also. Okay, next. Tangent arc. So any arc is already there. From that, you want to produce a tangent arc, you can do that. Or any line you have, you want to produce a tangent arc from that, you can go and you can get a tangent arc. Next is 3-point arc. You have defined like same way 3-point, you can define first point, second point, and you can make a 3-point arc. So these are type of arc. Next is polygon. So as we have AutoCAD, we have polygon. Same way we have polygon here also. So here minimum 3 side and maximum 40 side we can go up to. So define that. Maybe I want to make triangle. The type is inscribed and circumscribed. Let's take inscribed option and click and make inscribed one. You can manage the values like you want to adjust inside the values. Let's take 600. An angle maybe you want to change. You can change angle orientation. Okay. Okay, fine. Now next is circumscribed. Let's say I want to take a circumscribed. I'll set to circumscribed and we can make a circumscribed type. So it'll be what difference here? In this circle is inside, in this circle is outside the body. So you can take any number of side, like you can change existing one, you can change it. Okay. And do okay. Now suppose once you made a polygon and you feel that after creating, sir, I want to modify it. So in that case, you select this one, edit it and go to, okay, not like this, select the line and just right click and get edit polygon option. So once you made a polygon, you can edit it after making also by clicking on this, and you can make a changes. Maybe I want to make 5-sided. Okay. And maybe I want to change some interior radius. I can change this 1000. Okay. And do okay. So I can change a parameter after making the polygon as well. Next, we have a free tool is called spline method. We'll go to spline tool, and we can make a freehand spline. Like this, we can make a freehand spline and exit. Then you have a style spline. So what is the difference with style spline and the spline? Here it will become like this in style form. And when you edit this like this, we can pick a point and we can do adjustments. Okay. But in this one, you have to pick this to adjust that one, the curvature. So you can see this is more curvature, and this will be less curvature, but more flexible. You can see. Okay. So like this, you can make a style spline. Next, we'll see how to use equation driven curve. So as a name equation driven curve, I need
Splines are-
equations. Yeah.
No, splines are just freehand curves, not no dimensions. We don't need.
Dimension you want to make, you can make it basically. Like you want to maybe make this point to put this dimension, you can add the dimension to control the things. Okay.
Okay.
So if you need to be add, we can add the dimensions.
Okay.
Like here, I want to add some, so I can do that as per the need of my sketch. So we made something, the things, but we maintain the point by distance.
Okay.
Next is equation driven curve. So I need equations to make that curve. We have two type of equation. One is explicit and one is parametric. In explicit, we need to define y is a function of x and x1 and x2 value. In parametric, we have to define x is a function of t value, we have to define it. Okay, so let's see. So this is a mathematical equation actually. So if you're very good in maths, you're good in explicit making equations and all. So you can put that. Otherwise, you can research on Google, ChatGPT and all. You bring an equation and type here, and curve is ready. Okay. So like I'll make sinusoidal curve. I want to make sinusoidal wave. Okay, sinusoidal curve I want to make. So we can make sine bracket x and x1 I'm taking 0, and here I'm taking like 20. So here you can see you have to zoom that area.
Okay.
You can see it's starting from 0. So sine 0 is what? 0. Okay. So start from 0, and like this sinusoidal wave is ready.
Okay.
Let's make a one cosine wave. Let's go and make it again. Cosine. So I'll put cos bracket x bracket x is equal to 0 and x2 is 20. Here difference, it's starting from 1 because cos 0 is what? 1.
Okay. What is the 20? The 20 is length.
20 is the distance till here.
Okay.
From here 0 to this last 20. If you increase that distance more than 20, it will be go more distance. See here 40.
Okay.
Now next we can make half circle equation. Let's go with this. I have equation are there. Let's see from there. So I'm putting now equation for parametric equation. So I'm putting cos t xt is equal to cos t, y is equal to sin t, and t is equal to 0 and t2 is equal to pi.
Okay.
Let's define parametric equation.
Where we have to select equation, sir?
Just a second. Okay, so it is here. Equation driven curve.
Okay, in spline. It's spline. Okay, it's spline.
Under the spline options.
Okay.
So go to
Good.
parametric and define xt. So it is sine bracket t cos bracket t and t is equal to 0 and t2 is equal to pi. Pi means 3.14.
Yeah.
So it will be equation of half circle.
Okay.
Okay, like that also you can make a half circle with that equation. Now we'll see 3D equation, 3D parametric equation. Okay, so there is one option there. You have to come from first, you have to exit from the 2D sketch, then only we can go to that one. 3D sketch. Now go to the option and you will get the 3D equation. See here x, y, and z. So xt is equal to 2 into sin t, y is equal to 2 into cos t, and we'll put this values. Okay, t is equal to z is equal to t and 0 and 30. Let's take it. So cos t. So this is equal to t, 0 and 30. So I taken the value. Now you see it's look like circle actually, right? But actually
Yeah.
it's not a circle. When you move, rotate, you see this will be
Spiral. It's like a spiral.
it's a helical spiral. Helical, not spiral, helical.
Okay.
Okay? Helical body will become. Spiral is what? That will be only flat to the screen and will be circular.
Okay.
In this case, in the software case, normally spiral is what we can call spiral, right? Spiral winding and all, right? So this is a different thing. Yeah. So now next, we have ellipse. So we have ellipse here. You take an ellipse tool, select a plane, and define your ellipse where you want to make. Just take major distance and minor radius. Like that you can make, and you can, if you want to give the values, you can give it here also. Like this is 20 and this is 50, for example. Or you can put the smart dimension best, how you want to take, like 100 by 20 or 40 is okay, fine. Now this is simple ellipse we made. We have one more option is called partial ellipse. You take the same way that you have to make major, minor, and then how much you required, you have to tell the software. Maybe this much only, or maybe this much, you have to click. So like this, we can make a partial ellipse.
Okay.
Now next is parabola. So you have to define one focus point. This is my focus. I just click one focus point on screen, and then define apex of your ellipse, and then define starting point and ending point of your parabola. That way also you can generate a parabolic shapes. So
Okay.
this we have seen ellipse and parabola. Now we have one tool is called conic. Let's understand about this. So conic will be depend on row value. Conic arc will be depend on row values. So what are the row values? So if it is equal to 0.5, it becomes parabola. The shape will be always come parabolic shape.
Okay.
If the values goes less than 0.5, it become elliptical nature. And
Okay.
if the values you take more than 0.5, okay, greater than 0.5, that become hyperbolic shape. So these are the three ranges. Now what is the maximum and minimum we can go? So max value you can take 0.95 last. And minimum that you can go 0.05. Okay. In between that you are taking the values and you are arranging the shape of your conic. So let's see how to do that. So I'll just take option conic, defining start, end, and make a conic arc. So right now value is 0.75. It's near to parabolic shape. If you click and measure the dimension, you check the row value is what? 0.75. If I make 0.5, it will become parabola. Or if I make this to be 0.05, it will become elliptical nature, or 0.2 also you can take it. That's also smaller than 0.5. See? Or you can take now more bigger value, that will be 0.95. That will be completely last hyperbolic value. So these are the ranges that we can take, and we can control the shape of your arc. So wherever you make the arc, and if you need to make any of the shape, you can use this method and you can control that. Okay. So that is about conic tool. Now next we're going to understand about uh, text command. Okay, let's see this option first. Sketch fillet and chamfer, then we'll go to text command. Sketch fillet. So let's make something. So I'll just make a line and we'll just make this to be 50 by 50. Okay, now I want to add some fillet here. Okay, and I want this dimension will be also remain, okay, in the part. So go to fillet option, set the radius value. Let me take 5 radius. You can select this corner to add a radius. Okay, let's make it a 10 radius is okay. Now this option is called keep constraint corner. By default, it is tick. Okay. If I untick this, what will happen? If I untick this, what will happen? Let's do okay. You see the dimension is gone. Okay. I want to keep this dimensions when I'm doing this actually. I want to keep my dimensions. So let's do undo, Control Z. Get back. You have to tick this option. Then only it will maintain the corner. Now click on this and maintain your dimensions. See? So whenever you're doing this, do this way. Now next we have one. If you have any object where you want to put a multiple radius, for example, you created something and you want to show for each part dimension radius you want to show. Any part we have multiple fillets are there. And I want to show for each part fillets. Let's take like this, I made something. So I'll go to fillet command. We'll select like this also by dragging. Okay. And we can set the radius value. I said 5.
Okay.
And let's do okay. I think this point may be smaller or what? Yeah.
Sir, how did you do that fillet for whole object?
So what I did it, I'll just go here. I set my radius value, what are the radius value I want to do, and just click and drag.
Okay. Whole object.
Like AutoCAD.
Okay.
So now we can mention the radius, what we required, and we choose this option this time. Dimension each fillet. Let's do okay. See here. Now what is the benefit of doing this? Suppose this I want to change it to 5. This I want to change to 6. This I want to change to 2. Okay, so that is a benefit for me that I can add a dimension as much I want to is required.
Okay, individually we can change the value.
Yeah, individually we can change. And then we can convert it into a part. So that will be time saver, we can say, for us.